Hi. And thank you for coming along today. And it's really good to see you. And can you tell me a little bit about how your experience, what experience you've had, and how you think that will help students develop their academic writing?
Okay, well, Pat, as you and I have known each other since 1987 when we did our course at the Royal College of Nursing as tutors. And since then I was employed in various different universities in various different roles, but mainly as a senior lecturer, and to student nurses mainly, but also postgraduate nurses. So I have had many years' experience of facilitating classes, teaching students, lecturing to students, and also key in terms of the role with Barwood is looking at essays, reading assignments, giving feedback on assignments, suggesting to students where they needed to improve their work, which might have been in relation to proofreading, their spelling, grammar, all those kind of things that make a huge difference in terms of the overall presentation of a student's assignment. So from that point of view, having had many years doing that, I feel I'd have a lot to contribute and help students with, and indeed have done some work already a little bit for you, Pat, and helped students and had good feedback. So I also, in my more recent role, which is from 2011 till 2018, I've worked more clinically. I set up and managed a Macmillan Cancer Information Centre. So I work very closely with patients and carers and different professionals in the community to improve the cancer experience specifically. I mean, my main areas of expertise are psychology, communication, oncology and long-term conditions. But obviously my most recent role was cancer related. However, even within that role, I've been helping staff, students, with assignments when people have come to me knowing my previous role, to see if I can help them, and so I've given feedback and guided them to a certain extent.
Thank you.
So yeah,
that's great. Thank you. And I think that's what they want, isn't it? They want support, guidance, feedback to know how to develop and improve their writing. You know, whether it be, you know, read more about this or that, or this is how you might plan your assignment, or this is how you might structure it, or you know, this is how, as you say, the grammar and spelling and so on. So we can give feedback on all of those areas. And
and I think, I mean, although you know, this is a service and it's a business, I think it should also be seen as developmental, because if you're helping a student with a particular assignment and you're saying, well, you haven't explained this very well, or what do you mean here, or is this your words, it's actually giving a message to students about how they need to improve in terms of their overall academic style. So I see that as part of the role as well, you know, in terms of giving that feedback.
And we like to see the module guides, don't we, and the assignment guidelines and the marking criteria and so on. And I think, you know, sometimes, you know, as lecturers we know that they're so important, and sometimes the students maybe haven't engaged with those things as much as, you know, they should have, and we can guide them in that direction to meet their learning outcomes.
I mean, and that is so important, to actually see what are they wanting from the module, what has been the content of the module, and what have they given us suggested reading. So I think I've said to you before that sometimes actually looking at the reference list that someone provides can sometimes give you a good indication as to where are they going on the right lines with this assignment. And I think those kind of things are so important in terms of guiding the student. And as you say, we've both had lots of years of experience of looking at module guidelines. I know you had experience as an external examiner. I worked as an external examiner for Manchester and Hull and Dundee universities up till 2011 with one of them. And so key for the students to have engaged with the module content, the learning outcomes, and the guidelines that they're given.
Absolutely.
For example, their reference guidelines. I mean, most are Harvard, but not all, so make sure you're doing the right thing.
That's great. Thanks ever so much, Nic.
All right, thank you.
Bye.